So you join me here. I am sick as a dog. My whole family, my kids, have just been through having the flu, and it's just torn the house down, literally by the foundations. I've spent the last couple of weeks just managing kids' fevers, and then finally, in the last few days, my wife and I, our bodies have just succumbed through lack of sleep and I don't know, I guess just incubation period coming to an end. So she and I are dead with the flu right now. You can probably tell my voice doesn't sound like what it usually sounds like. Anyway, out of nowhere today, seemingly, Metallica have dropped a new album. 72, is it 27 or 72? 72 Seasons, I think it's called. Yeah. And they dropped, a first single, I guess, if you will, called Lux Eterna. And I'll just give my brief thoughts on the song, and I'd love to know in the comments what you guys think. Have you heard it? And obviously I'll stick a link down in the description, but I mean, Jesus, you can't miss it. It's Metallica. Just head over to Metallica's channel, like it's the first thing that'll pop up. But it's cool. It kind of reminds me, I guess, it's like a modern version of Hit the Lights, and I think that's kind of what it is. I think it's a bit of a rallying anthem. Just escapism through thrash, and that's kind of cool. I don't have a problem with that. It's got no big agenda or anything like that, which is fine. I don't really mind either way. But it's just it's a feel good thrash song. Really up tempo, killer riffs, real kind of 80s, kind of up the top end kind of riff, if that makes sense. It's not like kind of low and chugging all the time. It's got a bit of snarl, got a bit of bite. Bass sounds phenomenal, it's really planted on it. Drums sound really good. Kind of follows off from where Hardwired kind of left off, I guess. It's a very similar production sound, so it's nice. There's a bit of atmosphere and ambience around the drums. It sounds like the band's in a kind of big room, which is nice. But otherwise it's very clear, very punchy, very crunchy, kind of what you expect from Metallica. On the whole, really good. James's vocals actually sound really, really, really kick-ass on this. I think he's just going from strength to strength in recent years. Just bringing the power again, which is always nice to hear. This track's definitely no exception. Rob's bass line, killer. Lars's drumming on this is solid. It's what you expect from Lars Ulrich when he's doing his job right, which is nice to hear. If I've got one gripe about the song, I would say it's probably the solo. The solo's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But there's some nice... I've wanted to hear some real precision orchestration from Kirk for the last few years now, rather than this kind of improv type stuff that he tends to do on modern Metallica records. And the solo starts and you kind of get a flash of some of that more kind of more precision that we're all hoping for, but then it very quickly deteriorates into like a sort of chromatic descending lick of just throwaway notes. And then I think you get a second occurrence of that where it's like a chromatic descending run with like a whammy bar dive. Typical stuff. See him do it live a lot. It's just getting very repetitive. So the solo's not bad, but it's not what I expect from Kirk Hammett. It's not like super memorable. So if I had a critique or a disappointment with the track, it's the solo. But like I said, there's nothing really wrong with the solo. It just doesn't shine like the rest of the band does, which is a real shame, because I think all the other guys are firing on all cylinders on this track, to be honest. It's just cool to see them back. One of my favorite things about this is they just dropped it out of nowhere. Like, they've hinted that they wouldn't take as long to write new music after Hardwired, but I don't think anyone really took them seriously or believed them. We all just expected them to mess around like they usually do, just play gig after gig after gig, and then eventually get backed into a corner where they had to record a new album. Turns out they've actually been really busy, and it's ready. And just out of nowhere, they just dropped it today. and I think that's really cool, especially since they're supposedly cancelled. Following the whole Stranger Things fiasco. So anyway, congratulations to Metallica. So far, so good. It sounds pretty punchy. It sounds pretty killer. I'm looking forward to hearing more from them. Right, I'm gonna sign out because, like I said, I'm sick as a dog. So fuck yous. I'm all the way. See you later, guys.